Transit TV back again today, second week of the EPL this season. We are reviewing the games for this weekend from the London Derby, West Ham, Chelsea to City hosting Spurs, and of course Arsenal playing at home to Leeds, and Manchester United, Newcastle hosting Liverpool, and Manchester United, of course, they are traveling all the way to Fulham. Yes, that is what is on today. And as usual, your host Reggie, we are here to uh, give insights on, of course, touch base on what happened last weekend and kind of make sense of how this weekend is going to pan out. If you're a bet man, stay tuned as well. We'll give you an idea what the results are going to be at the end of this weekend. So you are welcome to the show. Yeah, make some noise right there in the chat room if you're here. The regular Musketeers, I hope you guys are going to turn in very soon while we try to make sense of this one today. It's been a rowdy weekend because of we had some press conferences coming. Enzo Maresca talking about Nkunku and Jackson likely to leave. He spoke about Fafana as well. And we have Anna Slot confirming injury to key players as well. Firmino, I'm sure you're going to be on hand to give us more light on this one from a Liverpool perspective. Yes, guys, like I said, make some noise if you are right there on the chat set on the chat room, so that we can have a good show today and enjoy ourselves. Yes, yes, yes. I'm still expecting my man Ubum to show up and join me on this one as usual, as we normally do it. You guys know how it goes. John, I see you. Firmino, I see you guys. Yeah, man like Ify, as usual, you show up. Man like Ify, why are you not even here in the first place? You're supposed to be on this show with me. Let me send you the link right quick. Come on, let's talk Chelsea. Let's talk Liverpool. Man like Ify, I'm sending you the link now. Join the party. Let's see your beautiful face. Let me get link. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get the link so we can have man like Ify on this show as quickly as possible. Yes, he needs to give us the Chelsea perspective. If you just sent you the link, if you are free, join this party right quick. Ugum is coming on board as well. Yeah, let's go, guys. Sorry, just doing some late housekeeping right there. Let's take some chats before we go on. John, you say, I know the live don't start. Yes, sir. We are here. Firmino, almost like I'm played there. He did his precision, his work rate is high. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I like what you guys are doing. Don't forget to give me my hit the like button if you have not done so. Hit the like button, guys. Right now, I'm still on 0. I see you, Firmino. I see you, man like Ify. I see you, John. Let's go. Man like Ify, join the forum. Let's go. Let's make sense of it. Yeah, let's start with obviously the first game of the weekend is Chelsea against West Ham, London derby, second London derby for Chelsea this season already, and you cannot go wrong with that one. And West Ham, you remember last week, lost 3-0, scandalously to Sunderland, a newcomers from the Championship into the EPL, and they beat West Ham. West Ham, that was a very, I don't even know how to put that one together because I don't know. Uh, Potter has, if you look at the team that West Ham has, you start to scratch your head what really went wrong for West Ham on that day because you have Paqueta, you have all these players in that team, and you're still wondering how Paqueta is not. The West Ham is struggled against Sunderland. He didn't even score, not even one goal. He makes it very, very. I don't know. So, guys, hit me up. How do you see this one panning out? Chelsea obviously did not win their game last week against Crystal Palace. We saw what they tried to do. I'm of the opinion, I've always been the opinion that what's his name, Palmer, is not a central midfielder. He's not attacking midfielder. He's not eight. That he should be playing more from the wings, from the right wing. And Enzo Maresca did that in the CWC. They won that tournament, and he has reverted back to using Palmer in the league or in EPL to play as a central midfielder. I don't think that's good for Chelsea. I don't think that's good for Chelsea. Man like Ify,
You all right? What's
yes
going
sir,
on,
yes sir,
lad?
yes sir. I know you always make me proud.
Yeah, obviously, don't know. Chelsea or nothing.
Yes sir, yes sir.
New
So
season.
yeah, West Ham hosting Chelsea this weekend. Another London derby for you. From a Chelsea perspective, how do you see this one panning out?
To be honest, yeah, I think Maresca has to go. I can't even lie.
Already?
I really, yes, I think my man can do it. The reason is this. He's actually tinkering with the team too much. Palmer cannot play 10. I don't know. You don't need a rocket science to tell you that. He's playing Palmer out of his most effective and efficient place. Palmer needs to come from the right, innit? But he keeps on playing Palmer as a 10. Palmer goes missing in most games that he's played as a 10. He never tracks back. He never helps the midfield. We were just lucky against Crystal Palace. I thought it was a good goal. I don't know this VAR. They do a whole lot of rubbish. But I really thought it was a good goal, yeah. And the thing that bothers me the most is why would you play your most effective player out of place? Play him in his natural position. Let the midfielders worry about that 10. You know, just do the right thing and stop over messing up the plan. I don't think I already know that we're going to struggle this season. Obviously, with West Ham, the good thing is they're not playing good as well. They got beaten like 3-1 or 3-0 against Sunderland, right?
Sunderland, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we might just edge that one out. It's a London derby still. We might just edge that one out. But over past seasons, we've always struggled against West Ham. So it's going to be cagey. It's going
I,
to be cagey.
Yeah, and then I hear you right there, man, like if you, but the thing is, on paper, it's not if you take Potter and Maresca out of it and look at these two squads side by side, it looks like West Ham even have what it takes to overturn Chelsea. They have Wan-Bissaka, they have Emerson, they have Alvarez, they have Ward-Prowse, they have Paqueta, they have Suches. Callum Wilson just joined them. Fulkrug as well joined. So if you look at it, I don't even know
Yeah,
where
but
that 3-0 loss to Sunderland came from at all. So
yeah, but
let's look at it from a tactical perspective. How does Chelsea approach this game?
Fulkrug has been there before last season, innit? And so I don't think that truly is the problem.
No,
I
no, no. What
think
I'm saying is that they have the talent. Maybe it's a Potter
yes,
issue.
it might be that one too, and he also might be. They lost some players. They lost Kudus as well.
Yeah, obviously.
They
Obviously.
lost they
Yeah, yeah.
lost
Kudus was
Kudus.
very key. Was very key for them last season. Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
lost
true.
Kudus. Even though towards the later ends of last season, Kudus started messing up. But right now in Spurs, I think he had 2 assists, didn't it? He had two
Yeah, yeah,
assists on
yeah. For
match day.
Richarlison.
Yeah. So they lost Kudus. They still finding their feet. I think Potter might be gone. I don't see him. I don't see him lasting the full season except results starts going his way. And remember, I don't think he's won up to 5 games since he started taking over West Ham last season off of
That's
Lopetegi.
poor. Yeah, that's poor, man.
Yeah.
And guys, don't
Yes.
forget we're going to have our prediction at the end of this one for
Yes.
out there. Have a few games that we're going to predict and
So I think,
give you a key
but
to do your prediction as well.
but it's
Oh,
a London. It's a London derby. It's a London derby as always. It will come with its own fireworks. Chelsea have something to prove. They need a W as quick as possible. Sometimes when the season starts, you always want to start getting your W's because the longer you leave it, the longer it starts creating self doubt. The players start doubting
doubting your
themselves.
tactics and stuff like that.
Morale is low and all of that. So I think they need to start putting numbers on the board. They were really poor.
Okay, if
They
you
were
let me ask you
really.
one question, right?
Mhm.
Oh, by now, Joao Pedro, banter aside, I know you made noise about him. One would have expected that, by now his link up with Palmer should be flourishing for what we saw from the CWC. I don't know what have you made
Mhm.
of that. And again, and like you said earlier at the beginning of the show, that Palmer should be playing on the right side. Joao Pedro can play in that 10 position as well.
Yes, but you see, the thing is, when you come into a new team, yeah, you always have to try and play according to what the gaffer says. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Then I really don't want to put a whole lot of pressure on them, man, because it's the first game, innit?
mhm.
But also, I've always said this, and even when I'm on the road, when I'm talking to the fans, I always say it: styles make fights. If you watch that Crystal Palace game, they didn't come to play around too. Crystal Palace is a quality team. You know, Oliver Glasner has done some good. Whenever he took off from Roy Hodgson, I thought it was just going to be another bomb walk in the park.
No, that
But
guy has
he's
done.
really,
He has done
he's
great.
really. They beat. Remember, they beat Liverpool.
Yeah,
Remember that
even Arsenal. You forgot
they beat.
you
They
forgot
beat
Arsenal couldn't beat
Arsenal.
them last season.
I was coming there. They beat City as well. So he's made them compact. He's made them quality. He's made them play good football. And I think they're playing today in the Conference League as well.
Yeah, they're trying to qualify
So
for the group
yeah, so
stage.
you can't look at them as a less team, as a walkover team. They came
Yeah,
back twice against they came back twice against Liverpool. We're talking Liverpool. They came back twice against in the Community Shield. So when you look at that game, Chelsea, they were off. They were poor. We were home too. We had a home crowd. We had everything going for us. But I still feel the gaffer is killing that team. You know what
okay,
I
yeah,
believe.
yeah, I hear you, man. Like if you let's move to because we have a time in this one. We have Spurs against Manchester City, a very massive game this weekend as well. And this game is in Etihad. City playing at
Mhm.
home. You remember, Spurs is a team that if there's any team that City always find difficult to beat, even in their their time of when they are dominating the league is always Spurs. I was looking at it, their last five fixtures, Spurs have won twice, City won twice, and City's winning per just maybe 1-0. And one of the games ended in a draw. You remember last season or 2 seasons ago, they beat Man City 4-0 in one of these fixtures as well. So it's going to be a very solid one right there. And these two teams obviously won their first games, so they want to consolidate going into, like you mentioned, this is the new season. You want to get the points on the board as quickly as you can. We know what happened between yesterday and today. We heard about the Belichick's, dumping the sports for Arsenal. So I don't know how that's going to affect that team, their morale. And there was also news rumor that I heard that they were even offering Richarlison to Crystal Palace to get Eze. So looking at all that, I don't know what do you make of that future? What do you think is going to happen? Is it going to be business as usual for Spurs, or are City looking too hard to handle at this moment?
Nah, City paper on paper it says City, but you know how football is. At the end of the day, it's 11 against 11. Yeah, I think I like. I think I like that. The
Spurs
new
coach.
yes, the
Yeah,
new
yeah,
gaffer
yeah.
in sports.
He did good job
Um,
in Brentford.
Frank,
Thomas Frank.
Frank, Thomas Frank. I think I like him. Yeah. Now that's the good thing about the Premiership, and that's why we love the game. When are they playing? I think they're playing on Saturday. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So Saturday we'll see. I feel it's going to be tight. The first 10, 15 minutes is going to be tight. I do feel Spurs may lose that game. And here's why. The way Frank plays, yeah, it's almost similar to Postecoglou.
Mhm.
He does that high press, high octane kind of football energy. Remember, he did it with Mbuemo Weezer and and
No, no,
what's the
no. I think they play on the counter more. They play more on the
what's the
counter
name of
than.
if you watch his game, if you watch his kind of play, it's always high intensity. He wants them up on the pitch and all of that. So I think everybody knows Guardiola's Pep's kind of play. Possession based, hold the ball, burn you out, knock it like 10, 20 times, kill your energy and all of that. So I believe that's going to affect Spurs in the later parts of the game. Maybe towards the first half. Yeah, you see the Spurs fans, players gassing out real quick because they will do a whole lot of chasing. And with that midfield, yeah, I don't think they have the capacity or capability to trouble City. I really don't. So I'm really predicting City edges that one. Maybe 2-1 or 2-0. Haaland to score too.
Yeah, I feel City will win, but based on the history, because in this EPL, we have watched this EPL for a very long time. Every team has a team that always gives them headache, and regardless of what you do, it always comes to fruit. The only thing that's going to give City an edge in this one is obviously they're going to play at the Etihad, and the City that I saw last weekend, looking at Riders, what he did, and Fernando Silva, I thought that physically he was going down, but from what I saw from him last weekend, it looks like he's rejuvenated. He got some very good summer under the belt. He looked very fresh and very available for City. Where City is going to have problem, I've been saying this for a little bit, is defensively. What's their name? Tottenham Hotspur are a team that has pace up top, and they can be stubborn as well. So I don't know if they put City under pressure, they can get something out of the game. Like you said, I will give my prediction at the end of the show, but I believe that City will win. But it's not going to be an easy win for them because defensively right now, Spurs are strong. They have their first choice centre back pair, Van David and what's his name, Christian
You got
Romero, who have made their
Romero.
new captain. Their goalkeeper is fit as well, who he can. It's not a pushover. I know that Poro, who plays right back, defensively. If you want to weigh him going forward and defending, you might say he's very strong going forward, but he also can defend. So defensively, it's not going to be easy for City. And in the midfield, they also have Sa. They have Sa, they have Posuma, they have this guy from what's his name from is it Colombia? No, where is it?
Uruguay, Uruguay,
Uruguay. I
Bentancur.
forgot his exactly. So it's not going to be. It's not like City has that edge when in terms of quality. Maybe because of Pep issue,
Yes,
but
but you're
again,
missing
go ahead.
the point of all the middle you talked about. There's nobody in that midfield that is a sitter though. Bentancur likes going forward. Bentancur doesn't track back. Sa goes forward. The only one that may be able to do a little bit of the dirty work is Bisuma.
Bissouma, yes.
And there's a high chance that Bisuma might not even start because he would always want to go maybe two holding and play 4-2-3-1, you know. So now the tracking back is going to be a problem because the wingers have to track back and you have to rely on Kudus on the right and not Poro. What's the name of the other? Johnson on the left, you
Mhm.
know, to track back. So I think Spurs will struggle in that game. I don't see how they can fight 90 minutes with City high end. And again, it's a it's a new season.
Kudus is going to be a matchup for whoever is going to play for the left back, and the left back.
Yes, yes, quite all right, obviously. But the point you're missing is we're talking about one player. You know, City have a
But
whole lot
no,
of players that can.
if there's something that you forgot that they got Paulinha that came into
Mhm.
that team this summer.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah, that midfield is not going to be a walk in the park for City at all. It's
yeah.
not
But
going to be.
it's a new coach. You know, it's a new coach. Don't forget that it's a new coach. He's still getting his tactics in, and it takes time for these players to gel. You cannot write off City because they still kept some of their core players.
Yeah,
You see,
let's take some
and
chats from the chat room, starting from a few from the Chelsea game. John says Maresca is quite rigid with his playing tactics sometimes. He said, "Do not underrate West Ham." Or yeah, of course, it's a lot London derby. And Firmino says, "Hamas go tidy Chelsea. If Chelsea wins, it won't be easy future." And Firmino, he also said the Canal Crook was there I was there. Yeah, he was there last season. And John says they beat Liverpool City Arsenal. So Chelsea was not a big deal for Crystal Palace. We're talking about. And moving on to City game, John says, Mr. Firmino, why you no go pray for draw for both teams? You are currently on 1 point now. No. Firmino is a Liverpool fan. Liverpool uh, have 3 points on the board. You remember they beat Bournemouth 4-2 at the beginning of the season. So yeah, let's go to the next game, being Arsenal playing at home to Leeds. I like if we, how do you see this one panning out?
we see make I do that celebration. Wait till we not do that celebration. I saw I saw VG. I told you this is the premier.
What did you tell me?
I told you this is the premiership. VG is about to hear it though. You know,
Yeah,
I watched
yeah.
him. I watched him against United.
Are you being serious now? Doing banter.
Hell yes, I'm being serious. What are you talking about? I watched VG against United. He was horrible, horrible. Like I can't even listen. I'm not sure I've seen in the last 10 years. I'm not sure I've seen a summer signing with a horrible opening performance since Shevchenko of Chelsea. That's
Mhm.
how horrible VG was. I was like, what? So the dude couldn't even throw a 1-2. He was out of place, out of breath. He was like I was like Jesus Christ. Nah, I wasn't impressed with him. Like you look at Cunha and Mbuemo, yeah, they came with pedigree, credentials, and they showed quality. They showed character. They showed grit and tenacity. Like them man, they were just unlucky not to have come up with a point. But VG was out of sorts, out of breath. so lethargic. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, nah, this man should be taken off, you know. And look at it, your gaffer took him off within 60 minutes or something like that. He was poor, you know. But I guess with Leeds, it's an easier test. Yes, they beat Everton via penalties and all of that, you know. So I think humans will do the numbers, and it's looking like one of them games that he might just get a toe poke, a header, or something, and everyone will forget his opening season. His
Yeah,
opening
yeah.
season, his
If
first
it,
game.
to be honest, first of all, I understand what you're talking about, Gyökeres, but don't forget that Arsenal always struggle at Old Trafford. I was interviewing one fan after that game. He said that our knees always buckle when we go to Old Trafford. So it wasn't just Gyökeres. The entire team, apart from Gabriel Magalhaes and even Salib at the beginning of that game, was misplacing his feet. So I don't think it's a VG thing. Odegaard was horrible, didn't have a good game. Apart from the first, after the first half, Arsenal really didn't do more. They only just to try to defend and get those 3 points. So I don't think it was a Bucharest issue. Yes, he didn't have the best of debut in EPL in that game. But if you also watch the other players who really stood out in that Arsenal team on that day, I can't really, it's difficult for you to.
Zubimendi played well.
The man has his issue, he has his howlers too. He mistakes some passes. In fact, Arsenal
Yes,
struggle mostly in the midfield.
that's. I
That's what
mean,
I'm
that's
telling you.
natural.
So the
Yes,
team, the
but
team, the team didn't really. Of course, as a midfielder, it's easy for you to put in a tackle. It's easy for you to do interception. But when you play up top, it's different. The service did not come. Martinelli and Saka didn't do anything to make him have
but
a good
he didn't
game.
even make himself available.
He,
He
he
didn't even make
did he
himself.
did.
He didn't make no
If you watch
runs.
our
He
post
didn't
game
even.
analysis, there's something that Mugun said, and that's what one of the things that happened. Those two were making the runs into the channels where Bucharest he was running to. So, and this is one of the reasons why Odegaard misplaced a lot of his passes because he couldn't really find a space to put those passes. So, I think the team has a lot of adaptation to do. Like going on to like you mentioned about Leeds. Leeds is a very high energy team. They have been playing the same way when the Brazilian coach, what's his name again, was there. So it's not going to be easy for Arsenal. It's a team that are not scared to lose. They go toe to toe, they go man to man all over the pitch. So you have to really be on it to get rid of, because the Everton didn't really play badly in that game, but somehow they couldn't just control the game. So I feel that it's going to be a very serious test for Arsenal. The one good thing is that it's going to be at the Emirates, and Arsenal have 3 points in the bag. To be that little bit of confidence, going to be the tension is not going to be that much in the stadium. So yeah, I expect Arsenal to wrap that one up and get additional 3 points on the board and keep moving. Yeah,
I
we'll
think.
have Ugum on the show right on time. My brother from another mother. Yes, Transit Sports TV, our weekend pregame show. Ugum is here. We are talking about Arsenal and Leeds United. That's the game we're on hand now. I don't know how you think that one is going to pan out.
Well, EPL, nothing is taken for granted. I know that Leeds United are in good form. You can see that they were very, up for it against Everton. Being at home, they played a very intense game. They pressed Everton almost all 90 minutes. And so they're going to bring their A game for Arsenal. Arsenal struggled against United, especially in attack. And so we'll see the changes that they will try to make to see if they can really put Leeds United under pressure. But I expect Arsenal to be able to win. If they're not able to win against Leeds, and then there's a lot of trouble. Um, your currency is still settling. We can see that the passes are not, the team is not fluent yet. But hopefully they can make things happen. I hear that Eberichi is not going to play for Crystal Palace today, which means that there's a chance he may be registered on time for the game against Leeds United. And if they conclude, if everything goes according to plan, so that may be another angle that will help Arsenal in that game. Let's look forward to it.
Yeah, Ugum, what do you make obviously we spoke about Ocares in the last game. How do you expect him to turn out in this one?
Well, I expect him to at least get his first goal. It's not a matter of just runs. I think in that game against
Aha.
United,
Okay.
United, yeah, United played. You could see that United manager, already knows Eucharist pretty well, so he set up his defense to contain him properly. And the runs he was making, Martinelli and Saka were making almost the same runs into the same channels. And so it was a problem for Odegaard. It made him a bit indecisive as to who to give the ball and create the correct setup and scenario for them to take advantage. So the more these guys train together, the more mistakes they make. The faster they learn from those mistakes, and they're able to make things work. Eucharist, what I like about him is that he's irrepressible. He will do that. He will keep making those runs all 90 minutes as long as he's on the pitch. And so it's up to the team to find ways to open up the whole place so that he can get his chance to score goals.
Yeah, let's take some chats from the chat room. John says Arsenal must have really tried to even get 3 points at Old Trafford, obviously. Zubimendi and Calafiori did well. Okay, John, I see you. I see Arsenal topping the table this weekend. Well, that depends on what Manchester City and Liverpool do as we speak. Those two have 2 points, 3 points as well, and they have more superior goals than Arsenal as well. Yeah, even if Arsenal wins, they have to score a lot of goals to achieve that, and I hope that something happens to Liverpool and Manchester City. Yeah, moving on to the game of the week, the proper game of the week. Newcastle hosting Liverpool.
Liverpool
On Monday to round up the fixtures for the weekend. Man, like if you let's talk this one through. How do you expect this game to pan out?
It's funny because we're looking at two teams that have been in the transfer market at each other's necks. Alexander has been longing to go to Liverpool. Newcastle have been trying to sign Wisa. They tried to sign Benjamin Sesko. There was rumors that they wanted VG. They tried to sign Nicholas Jackson. So I think the heart always goes for Liverpool. Because of the quality they have in Salam Alaikum, Ekitiki, and Gapo on the other side. They still have quality in the midfield. Soboslai, Alex,
McAllister.
and McAllister, and either they have Curtis Jones or Endo or even Chiesa can come in and do numbers. At the back, they're still solid. They have VVD and they have Canute, maybe Gomez might play and all of that. In goal, they have Allison. But I think Newcastle will struggle though. They don't have an out and out striker, you know, and it showed in their game against Villa. Even when Villa took the red card, they didn't have nobody to make those runs to do what Isak does for them.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
but I
really,
think Wilson is going to be fit for this game.
yeah, but Wilson can take them to the
Wilson
Prem.
Wilson is no longer with Newcastle.
Yeah, sorry. He moved to
Callum Wilson,
he moved to
Callum
West
Wilson
Ham.
is no
I was going
Callum
to
Wilson,
mention him in West Ham game. Sorry.
Callum Wilson is longer there.
Yeah.
So Gordon, and the other one, Murphy, you know, without an out
Yeah,
and out striker.
and they just got Jalen Ramsey
Yes,
from
without.
from Aston Villa. Yeah.
I see them. I see a Liverpool win. I think Liverpool edges that one 2-0.
Okay, so Ugum and a slot in the press conference today confirmed that Frimpong is out, and Joe Gomez just had the training. They are not very sure if he's going to feature. What's this boy's name? The younger boy that plays right back that was debuting for Arnold last season. So they have issue in that right back position. And I remember last week I was talking about it, that the way Frimpong was bumping forward. EPL is a league where teams are not scared to attack you. And if you remember, that's where Bournemouth got their goals from, through the runs and the power play of this boy. What's this boy's name?
Semenyo.
Yeah, and I believe it was those tracking back that has given caused the hamstring. If you remember, he mentioned that the medicals advised him to take him off, and he said that luckily he did that. Otherwise, he would have been longer than expected. So it's going to be out till the end of till after the international break. So I don't know. Looking at that, how do you think that's going to affect Liverpool in this game, Ubum?
I think it's going to affect them. Frimpong is a major outlet for Liverpool. We could see that, though his runs were affecting Salah,
Salah, big time.
So with him not being there, if Connor is fit, it might even be better for them, right? Because Salah already has played with Connor Bradley for a couple of seasons now. They know each other's runs. Connor Bradley is a very powerful young right back. He can definitely deputize. And if not for Frimpong's profile and perhaps his speed, I think Connor Bradley is an adequate right back for Liverpool. He has proven to be that. So, yeah, it's going to be a loss, but not, especially if Connor is fit. If he's not fit, then there may be a problem there. Maybe they'll play Endo like they did in the last game. They'll play him at right back, which might be a problem with Gordon. Gordon is a very, very, very nice, pacey player, right? Newcastle are starting to play him as a 9, or as a false 9, in the absence of Isak. And he's been getting into very good positions to score. Just like he hasn't put the ball in the net. If he gets lucky against Liverpool, he might score 1 or 2. So I think the game will be a bit closer than people think, because Newcastle are a strong side, a physical side, and they will be up for it against Liverpool. Dan Burn and the rest of them against the Kitike, they'll be up for it. So I would predict, just like a man like Ife said, probably I predict a closer win for Liverpool than 2-0. I'll probably be a 1-goal difference.
Yeah, for me, let's look at it from a tactical perspective and some matchups in that game. Though let's not forget that Elanga is in Newcastle right now, so he's going to press. Kake has had the same issue that Frimpong had in the games I've watched him. He wants to bob forward as quickly as he can, and I don't know how strong he is defensively. So Elanga, we know what he did in the league last season against the best of the best in EPL. So having him on that right side and having Gordon attacking from the other side or maybe in the middle, is going to push Liverpool back. And we know that Liverpool, when they are put under pressure, that defense is not yet where it needs to be. Yeah, midfield, you can say that Liverpool has a strong midfield, but look at the midfield of Bruno Guimaraes, Joelinton, and Tonali. Is almost a matchup right there. It's almost at the same level. Defensively, Dambon and Shea have also formed a formidable partnership in EPL. So you're not going to just look at, push them away like that. So for me, this game, if you really want to look at it on paper, it even looks like more like a draw than a win for Liverpool. Then when you add the factor that Newcastle are playing at home, we know how difficult it is for any team to go to Newcastle and get a win. If you add that to it again, it even makes it even more exciting. So if you ask me, I'm not going to stick my neck out on this one on Liverpool. And this is just based on what I've seen from Newcastle. On their day, they can give any team a match. Any team. And I don't just mean EPL, anything in Europe. So it's going to be a tight game. If I really want to call it, I'll call it a draw. I will call it a draw. Liverpool could win. And obviously, like if you mentioned, Salah factor. Salah will always, when the things are gets really, really tough, he pulls one out of the bag and gives the team 3 points. But it's really going to be a very difficult game for Liverpool. I don't know if you have anything to add before we move on.
Well, I cannot disagree. You look at you look at the game against a not so quality side in Aston Villa, and with the red card, you would have thought that they would have blown out Villa, and they didn't do nothing. They had Tonali, they had Bruno, and they had Joel Linton, and they still doing nothing. Now you're having the champions coming to your back door, without a striker too,
Yeah, yeah, but
and the
if
champions.
he had the Kosa get his red card, he was a breakaway from me. And if he had wasted a second and not pull Gordon back, that game probably would have been a different game altogether.
But, but we don't the premierships. We don't do ifs. You
No,
don't
no,
know that.
no, no, we do. See, those are
We don't do
factors.
ifs. You don't
Those are
know that.
factors.
Have you? If you have been watching the premiership, he could have been stuck on goal 1-on-1 and still missed.
Exactly. Yeah, he
Look at
can.
look at look at Torres against United. He beat the keeper and still missed. So
If
we
you
don't do the
if you
ifs.
say that, we have seen Salah miss chances too, so many chances.
Exactly
Even
my point.
exactly. So
The, the
so
the
why are we
point
not saying Salah is going to win?
the,
Liverpool is
the
going to
point
win.
I'm saying the point I'm saying that you're not understanding is this. Yeah, you're okay. It's okay for you to have your own predictions. Yeah, and
Mm.
I have mine. That's why
Yeah,
that's why we do this. You
yeah,
understand? We can
definitely.
agree to disagree. I don't see them being as formidable without Ishak. I don't see it. I don't see if you're watching that team, the morale in Newcastle in the whole of Tyneside is dead right now. They're just trying to patch it and make it look dandy and all of that. The morale is dead. That the issue going on there with Ishak is causing a whole lot of chaos there. And I can promise you, come Saturday, you will see it. Don't even be surprised that they might even get blown out real quick. Don't even
And
be don't
let's talk quickly on that issue before we round up the show. More like if you, where are you on that show? Just 2 days ago, Isak came out and made the statement that there was an understanding, and I think it wasn't even for him to leave. From what he said, they were supposed to review his contract and probably increase his pay, and that was when they had the former director of football. So the guy had left. They have a new person, and the new person says, "Hey, hold on a minute. You still have 4 years in your contract. Give us time to take care of other things. I don't think we should be talking about it, reviewing your situation right now." And that's
the thing.
why we got to where we. If you remember, at the beginning of the transfer window, Newcastle said that what's his name, Isak was not for sale. Arsenal went there. They said it wasn't even for sale at any price, and Arsenal left. So I think it was after that conversation broke down that Isak then gave Liverpool green light to come for him. So, and I feel that clubs should also have some leverage because they're the ones paying the bucks. If you have 4 years left in your contract, I don't think you really have enough, too much leverage to talk about leaving or reviewing your contract. I don't know what you guys think about that.
There's no there's no statement like too much leverage. Who owns him? What contract did he sign? 4 years,
Exactly.
right?
That's what I'm
Good.
saying. He even signed
So
5 or 6, so he
he's
still has
he's
4 left.
good. So he is the property of the club. You see, my thing with some of these players, yeah, and I will never mince my words with these players. They're getting too big for themselves,
I'm telling you.
and these clubs need to start checking a whole lot of them. That thing he done, that thing he done is disrespectful to the club, yeah, and
To the
he should
profession.
be he should be fined because that's so unprofessional. My man, you signed a contract. If it's the club that's trying to get rid of you, c'est la vie.
It's a
You
different,
get
exactly, it's different.
your club, your contract states that you're a player for us for 4 years. Yeah, you signed it. Yeah. Now, if there is a review, if there is an agreement, I don't think you should come out on social media, on the news, and air all of that. That's why you have a gaffer. That's why you have an agent. That's why you have a coach. That's why you have the director of football. That's why their offices are open. Some of us that have played football in this kind of level, we understand all of this. You get, yeah, these
Exactly.
players are becoming these players are becoming too big for their boots, and it's unfortunate. Like a quality player like him, then you actually cannot blame him because sometimes you look at it from the other side, they start becoming ambitious. if a top club like Liverpool wants you, you know what Liverpool is going to give you. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
okay,
still,
okay. Let's travel down to Crystal Palace. Gay is the captain of Crystal Palace. He's solid, important to that team, and he has told them he wants to leave this summer. There's conversations going on. Liverpool is trying to sign him as well. He didn't down tools. He's still working for the team. Look at the Berechese. They know that he's
exactly,
leaving this summer, and he's still playing. In fact, he even agreed in principle for Tottenham to allow him play for Crystal Palace today before he can leave.
exactly my
So that's
point.
how you're supposed
That's
to carry yourself, because you never
eh,
know. You can go to Liverpool
exactly
tomorrow and it doesn't work out. You want to come back to Newcastle
exactly
again.
my
And then
I
how do you
I
go back?
beg to disagree with an angle of what you're saying. Yes, there are two sides to a contract, right? Yes, the club signed, the club is paying you, you are providing the service as well. This fact of saying that the club owns the player, I do not necessarily agree. Maybe own is not the right word to use. It's a contract. You're providing a service, right? And you're being paid for that service. The players also are part of the reason, if not the main reason, that the club makes enough money to be able to pay them and have profit at the end of the day, right? So, yeah, if they're not there, then that money will not be made to be able to
No,
pay them. So
no.
hold on, let him end that. Hold
that
on,
aside,
hold on.
Yeah,
let me land.
finish.
So when you don't know what Isak agreed with Newcastle. Apparently, what I'm hearing is that they agreed. He told them that he wanted to move over the summer, and they agreed at a particular amount. That if this amount is being offered and this profile of a club is coming, then Newcastle will allow him go. That's what they agreed.
Okay.
But Newcastle did not include a caveat that they have to replace him first before letting him go in that agreement. Usually these things are what they call gentleman's agreement. You trust me, I trust you. Nothing is written down, which is what's the causing problem in football, right? So now Newcastle now has been trying. You can see that Newcastle, they've been trying since the start of the window to replace him. They just haven't been able to because other sharper clubs, maybe more attractive clubs, maybe richer clubs, I don't know, have gazumped, all their targets. They've tried. I'm trying to remember all these guys that they tried to buy.
Ekitike that went to Liverpool was supposed to come to
Thank you.
Newcastle.
Exactly.
Sheshko
So you see,
United.
so you can understand how Liverpool have already beaten us to Ekitike. Now they've beaten us to the guy we wanted to use to replace Isak. Now they want to come and take Isak from us, right? So that's the angle they are looking at. Okay, you want to leave us completely empty-handed. You want to take all our players, right? But as far as Isak is concerned, we've already agreed that if they put a record amount, a British record down, you will let me go. So that's the issue. Isak feels like, okay, we agreed on this. Now you're going back on the agreement. Newcastle also on their part, which I understand, are saying, hey, we cannot leave you until we replace you. So don't completely paint Isak as someone that's greedy that doesn't want to.
Let me ask you a question.
What we're saying is this.
Hold on.
I know if you will say something, if you 1 minute. What we're saying is this. We're not saying Isak is greedy. What we're saying that he has not carried himself about professionally. You are under contract. That contract is binding regardless of what. If Isak has 1 year left in his contract, you can understand. If it's even 2 years, you can understand. This is a whole 4 years. And for you to say that players that they were using white clause make money, Newcastle are not paying Isak. I don't think Isak has made what Newcastle have paid him so far. Newcastle was already there before he came on. Newcastle did not come from championship or a small club. He made them, they're already wealthy. We know who the owners are. So he signed that contract, like if you mentioned, and the contract is barely even taking off. You're coming again for renewal and you say you want to leave. Okay, let's even assume that it's not about reviewing the contract. Let's talk about leaving. If he is also reasonable and being professional, you are the key man, you're the main man for this team, and you want to leave. Okay, let's assume they are saying they're going to let you go. But don't you think that they're supposed to replace him before he leaves or find somebody? Why is he not working with the club to find okay, so you know what? Let me be. Liverpool has agreed to sign you. The deal has been agreed. While Newcastle is working to replace him. So what I'm saying is his conduct, not that he doesn't have the right to say, okay, I want to leave. It's the way he has carried himself throughout this deal that
I'll wait for a man like Iti to finish, then I'll reply to what you're saying.
Here's a part that you're missing. The agreement is verbal. Verbal don't mean nothing in football, in life. Yeah. First things first. Let's clear that out of the air. Verbal don't mean nothing in anything. You and I can agree something right now. Doesn't mean it holds water. That's one. Secondly, who did he agree that with? Probably the going out director. Wherever he agreed with that one, is also in the bin. You get? Now, yeah, I will stick to what I said. If I'm a new club director coming into a football and I'm looking at my team, I'm not about to allow. Do you know what it is to have a poacher in the Premiership that can give you 25 goals, Gara? That's the difference between 100 million Champions League football and Manchester United. So you expect me to allow him work for free? One, two, without a replacement, free. He has a contract signed for 4 years.
4 years left.
I don't understand.
Can I respond to that? If you're done.
Go on.
This talk of 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, it doesn't mean anything. Chelsea have given people 8 years. Within 1 year, they sell the people.
Yeah,
like
because they have to
wait.
Hold on. Let me say something there, Odun. I like what you said. Yeah. Do you know why? Do you know why these clubs give those long contracts? Because whenever they want to sell them, they can sell them at a high value. The club wants to sell, not the player forcing his way out.
Okay. Now, see, okay, so you guys are just looking at this thing from only the club perspective. The club wants to sell. Now, if the player wants to leave, I don't want to play for this club anymore. I have a better. The shelf life of a player is 10 years at the most. This guy Isak is about 27, 28. This is his break, just like a very Chieze. This is the time. If he doesn't move now to the club of his dream that will help him win what he wants to win, the window closes, and that's it for his career.
What did that club sign him 3 years ago?
Wait, forget that thing you're saying.
Exactly.
Even the point you're making about Newcastle paying him money and all that. He is the reason Newcastle have won one trophy in donkey years. If not for Isak.
There are 11 players in that team.
If not for Isak. Now you're counting.
Don't say that now. This is a team game now. If you score those 2 goals and they concede 4, we don't win that trophy.
All of us know the truth. All of us know the truth. If not for Isak, Newcastle will not smell that trophy.
No, that's a lie.
That Carling Cup they won.
That's
what are
you
telling me? Isak is the only reason they beat Arsenal. Remove Isak from that team. Those 2 games against Arsenal, Newcastle would never have won those games. What are you telling me?
Let me tell you something. You remember? Yeah. I remember when Arsenal went to sign Isak 3 seasons ago. Arsenal fans said no, because at that time his highest return on the season was 7 goals a season. So somehow Newcastle is part of his success as well. So he didn't just come and make the team. The team also made him. So it's not like he came in there as a superstar. He didn't come in there as a superstar. Nobody knew Isak.
You are reversing history. You know the truth.
It's something you just talk about history now. About how he made Newcastle win trophy. Newcastle also helped him. Newcastle helped him as well. That's my point. I'm not going to reverse history.
Talking about
both of them contributed to the right.
Yeah, so talking about contract, Newcastle, whether they gave him 5 years or 6 years, and it's the first year, at the end of the day, Newcastle gets compensated. If he moves to Liverpool, Liverpool pays money to get his services.
But Liverpool has the right to reject or accept Liverpool offer. They have the right, right? Is there anywhere
just like Isak, has the right to say, I don't want to play in this club anymore. You can't force me to play.
No,
And
they
the truth
can
of the
force him to
matter,
play. It's on that contract. It's on that
okay,
contract.
let's see now. Let's see how that pans
They
out.
can force him to play.
We're all watching. Why didn't Sporting Lisbon? Why didn't they force Gyökeres to come back and play? Yeah, at the end of the day, the
Gyökeres
club.
one is different. Gyökeres had 1 year. That's what I'm telling you. 4 years
It
is a
is not
long time.
different. It's
A
not
long
different.
time.
All of them are doing the same thing. All of them are forcing their way out of the club to a club they dream of playing for. So don't revise this thing to become.
It's not. I'm not supporting.
Isak's is not different.
Even Gyökeres, what he did was wrong. But the reason why he was able to pull it off was because what's their name? Lisbon knew that if they don't sell him this summer, once it goes into the last 1 year, they lose 60 something million. That's the reason why he got through. If he had 2-3 years left his contract, I'm sure Lisbon would just allow him. If he finishes making his noise, he will come back. He cannot. Okay, Isak cannot wake up tomorrow morning and can't play for Liverpool. Newcastle still have to release him. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to understand that part. If you say he doesn't want to play, that's fine. But he cannot play for Liverpool until Newcastle
No,
agrees.
he cannot play for any club in the world.
Anybody until Newcastle agrees. So what are you talking about? They have the power because he's under
But
contract. That's what I'm trying
okay,
to tell
hold
you.
on.
What you're arguing is not what I'm arguing. Eh? Go on, Emmanuel. Yeah.
I heard what you said. Yeah. And I'm not saying you don't have a valid point. Yeah. Based on the trajectory of the player, the position he is, his age. I think he's about 26.
Yeah.
He's getting into his peak. Yeah. The football lifespan is a short lifespan, somewhere between 10, 15 years at best. So you have a point. But here's why I feel your theory is flawed. Yeah. You cannot disrespect the club that gave you that platform to be great. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly. The
I
conduct.
took a gamble. Hold on. I took a gamble on you. You understand? You were playing in Spain. You were okay. You were making your name. I brought you to that next level. I gave you that platform that says, hey, Isak, here, this is who you are. Yeah? You're loved by 50,000 fans in Tyneside. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying you cannot force your way out of the club and all of that. But there are other ways you can do
You
it.
can do it exactly the way you conduct
Look at
yourself.
look at this dude. Look at this dude.
Eze Gay is even a captain of Crystal Palace, and he wants out to send Liverpool.
You don't see Gay saying, "Oh, he's not playing, he's not doing all of that." He represents the club. He turns out for them. He's playing. You know, look at this dude, the former captain of Aston Villa, that British boy. What's his name? It's not coming to my head. He used to wear the armband for Villa before he went to City.
Grealish.
No, not Grealish. Not Grealish. He was an older black dude that used to play for Villa. I can't remember. Left-footed, dark skin. He used to play for Villa.
Oh, okay.
I remember.
I know him. He later went to Everton.
Yes. Like nobody knew he was forcing his way out. He came, represented the club, you know, did his best, didn't make noise about it. They came and they took him. The conduct is what we're saying.
Exactly.
You see players trying to leave a club and they're cheating on the club. Or sorry, excuse my French. You know, you see players trying to leave the club and they're rubbishing the club, talking bad about the club. And you're looking at them and like, hold on, this club gave you the spotlight that you have right now.
Yeah, because we have seen players think that this is the best move for me. They go there, it doesn't work out, and they come back to where they're coming from to rebuild their careers.
This stuff about giving you a platform, I beg to disagree. Yeah, Isak if Newcastle hadn't bought him, another club would have bought him. He would have still
But he may not.
become what he
He
is
may not have the
because he
Why
has
are
the
you
quality
talking
talent.
like this?
there.
Why are you talking like
Because
this now? Why are you
because he
talking
has the
like that?
talent.
Which other club?
How am I?
Which
How am
other
I
club
talking?
will try him?
You have the talent. You show your talent wherever you
Which
are.
talent? That's
Whichever
what I'm
club you
asking
are.
you. Which numbers was Isak doing before
Yeah.
he came to Newcastle? What was he doing in
So,
Spain?
so because he arrived in Newcastle, Newcastle transformed him. Is that what I'm telling you?
Newcastle had a good team. They had a good team. Even they planned for. That's what I'm saying. Even with his talent, what was he doing in Spain?
Other teams have good teams as well.
What did
If
he
he had
have?
gone to Brighton, if he had gone to Aston Villa, if he had gone to West Ham, if he had gone to, he would have still been Isak. The player is the player.
If he said if you are saying nice if that's if why didn't they sign him? That's the question. Why didn't those people sign him?
I'm just saying no. Again, Newcastle benefited from his talent. You're saying I'm hearing only one side. Newcastle, for me again, my opinion is that.
The one that's arguing one side. We're not saying that he doesn't have the right to move. We're talking about the way he's conducting himself. That's what we're arguing about.
Well, again, there's nothing wrong with his conduct. What has he done wrong? Tell me that other people have not been doing.
Refuse to honor his contract.
Refuse to play for his team. Refuse to honor his contract.
Gyökeres did the same thing.
And it's wrong. It's wrong. Forget about national plan. That is wrong too.
You didn't do a show like this to condemn him.
No, it was wrong. It was wrong. The only reason why he got away with it was because he had just 1 year left. They knew that.
There's no whether no reason or no reason. If you down tools, you're doing the same thing. All of them have done. Many of them have done
it. I've already said it's wrong. I'm saying
this guy,
the reason why he got away with it is because he had.
Rooney,
they knew that.
When Rooney did the same thing to enter United, when Rooney did the same thing, a lot of people have done it before. Let's not make it. Isak, my point is that Isak, what he's doing, he hasn't done anything extraordinary that other people haven't done.
It's not about people doing it. It's about whether it's right or wrong. You have a contract. Do you know that they are still paying him salaries and he's not working?
So if he's not, they're gonna find him, rightly so they will collect their money.
So if you say it's right for them to find him. Okay, if you say it's right for them to find him, that means what he's doing is wrong.
No, you see, I'm not saying what he's doing is right. I'm saying that he's doing what he's doing to get himself out of the club because he doesn't want to play for the club anymore.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. What happens? Play this game with me. What happens come 1st of September? He's not able to force his move out of Newcastle.
What will he do?
Are you there? We've probably lost Odu. It's been very entertaining.
He's here.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. We have it back.
If Newcastle don't accept Liverpool offer and transfer window closes, what will Isak do?
I don't know.
I'm asking you, what will he as his agent?
Are you asking me? Yeah. Am I Isak?
No.
We shall see what will happen. No, I mean, what's there to laugh about? I don't understand. Hey, we shall see what will happen. We shall see whether it works or not.
I'm asking you, as a FIFA license agent, Isak, you're managing him and he does this thing, and Newcastle says we are not selling, and Cavani to close. What will you advise a player to do?
What will I advise my player to do?
Yes.
I'll advise my player to go back and play for his club.
Simple. That tells you that Newcastle has the power. That's what I'm telling you. They have the leverage because he's under contract.
So again, see, I'm not saying that Newcastle doesn't have the power. I'm saying that at the end of the day, Newcastle will be the worse off for it because you're keeping a player that's not happy. No club has ever kept a player that's not happy and benefited from it, right? It's like you can talk all the legal stuff, you can talk all the right stuff, but at the end of the day, when it comes to the player being there and performing for you to help you ultimately, it's the club, if they are sensible, will know what to do to either make this player happy or let him go.
Well, the club has said through the mouthpiece, from what they put out and what even the house said, that Newcastle is a family. They still see Isak as a member of the family, and the doors are open for him, and they will find a way to reconcile the family. The family members do have issues. So Newcastle are not playing a hard line in this matter. They obviously they don't want him to leave. But again, if he has to leave, they need to replace him.
Again, you're assuming there because they came out to the press to say what the
That's
club will
what they
come out
said.
and
Now,
say what they like.
you and I don't know nothing. We're only going by what we see and what we hear.
But you're talking like you know what
Even
you know what they've done.
Even the one you're saying is based on what Isak said, right? Do you live with Isak?
No, I don't.
I don't get his phone number.
No, I don't. Let's see how this plays out. It's interesting. All of us are watching. Let's see who bangs or let's see how it happens.
Well, you did not give us. Hold on.
Let me read them out. Let me read them out. Some interesting ones.
You did not give us.
Cruz Armstrong said he should go to Saudi. John says he got no choice, but you are Isak supporters. Okay. Then Cruz says, just imagine if he was a bad player and reverse was the case. They will bench him and he will be ready to sell him behind his back. Okay, fine. Let's assume that what Cruz is saying is true. But they will still be paying him salary until he leaves. They will still be paying him his salary, whether he's doing well or he's not doing well. Players sit on the bench. Look at somebody like Grealish. He has been in City for 3 or 4 seasons now. What has he done for City? City are still paying him. That's what we are saying. If you're under contract, you have to honor your contract. The club honors its own contract. They keep paying you, perform or no perform, injury or no injury. They keep paying your salaries. Then all of a sudden, you wake up one morning and say, I don't want to play no more. It doesn't work like that. If every player gets away with this every time, then clubs will generally pack up. So that's what we are saying. We're not saying he shouldn't demand to go elsewhere, but he should honor his contract and conduct himself in a different manner.
You know, Mike Tyson used to say one thing. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. You see how we asked Odu, okay, come September 1st, he doesn't leave Newcastle. What happens? You see how Odu carefully dodged that question.
I have some more interesting things here from Cruz. Cruz says, you all are acting as if you have not been double crossed because the later agreement was not written on paper and it is words of assurance. I support Isak conduct. Newcastle did not give Isak any platform. No, that's not true. Yes, I agree with you, Boom. Speak with facts. He terrorized Spanish league. He didn't terrorize nothing. Isak biggest returns throughout his time in Spain. I think it was 12 goals in a season.
No, he played well in Spain. He played
well, but he didn't score goals. He scored 12 goals. I think it was 12 goals, his highest. There was some season he scored 5 as a striker, and he was the main striker. And don't forget that Isak also has injury issues. Since he came to Liverpool, in Newcastle, he has had like 2 or 3 major injuries. So we're not saying that Isak is not a quality player. We're not saying that he doesn't deserve to be treated as a quality player. My point is the way he's conducting himself. You want to leave. Work with the team to achieve that exit. And part of it is clubs will always tell you. Go ahead. Clubs will always tell you, okay, fine, you know how key you are to us. Let's find a replacement. And they have been working hard to try to get a replacement. They've not been able to. I expect them, like you said, man, like if to just say, okay, no problem, bye, thank you. Then they will go to litigation.
I understand where Odu is coming from. You understand? While I don't agree with him, the issue still lies that these players all do it, and something needs to be done, Sometimes the club has to always just cut their losses. Yes, I understand that too. But you have to also look at it from another angle.
Yeah,
If the player is not happy, you can't keep him in the dressing room. And that's what's going to cost them a whole lot of problems. Because if they don't find out about this one and structure it right, it will go wrong. And you don't want that.
But one thing we need to understand is that the people that own this Newcastle are the Arabs, and it's not really money is not really a big issue for them.
It's not about money now. You're forgetting there's fair play now, so they can't do a whole lot of that.
No, what I'm saying is Isak, they can decide to say, okay, let's fight it out. We have seen clubs do it. They say, okay, fine, we'll take the hit. We'll take the hit. But one thing we know is that if he goes to the wire, Newcastle can go to court, go to court of judicial or whatever in sports, and report this matter. And he goes against Isak because he's supposed to honor his contract. So he's really going to be, and it's not going to be good for his career. It's not going to be good for his career. He needs to find a way to peacefully sort this out and move on to the next phase. That's my point. I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to say he wants to leave. That's not what I'm saying, Cruz. Our point is the conduct, the way he's going about it. So yeah, man, like it's good to have you on this show, and I mean we'll do this again on Monday. Let's have your predictions before we leave. West Ham, Chelsea, quickly.
2-1 Chelsea.
For me, 2-2. Arsenal, Leeds.
1-0 Arsenal.
Arsenal 3-1. City, Spurs.
3-1 City.
Yeah, I go that one 2-1 City. Bournemouth, Wolves.
2-2.
Yeah, I see Bournemouth winning Wolves 3-1 on that one. And Brentford at home to Villa.
I'm worried about Brentford. I think they will relegate. I think they're going down this season.
Okay.
They sold almost all their players. They would struggle. They sold their player, they lost their coach. So I'm giving that one 3-0.
And we
Villa.
say Darren Tools as well, following Isak way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got that 1-1
Villa.
with Villa. Then Burnley at home to Sunderland.
1-1.
I go Sunderland 2-1.
2 championship teams.
Crystal Palace at home to Nottingham Forest.
2-1 Nottingham.
I go 2-1 Crystal Palace. Everton at home to Brighton.
1-2 Brighton.
Whereas from what I saw last weekend, I go Everton, Brighton 2-2. Fulham at home to United.
Ooh, I think United win that one 2-0.
Fulham is at home in London.
Yeah.
I go Fulham 2-1. Then Newcastle at home to Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool.
I go that one a draw 2-2. Yeah, so guys, that's our prediction. And for our prediction of the week, we're going to give you 3 games. If you get them correctly, you'll win a prize. West Ham at home to Chelsea. Manchester City at home to Tottenham Hotspur. And Newcastle at home to Liverpool. Send in your predictions, and the prizes will be announced on the reverse show on Sunday or on Monday after the Liverpool-Newcastle game. Guys, thank you for being on the show. Man, like if it's always good to have this conversation with you. I hope we have time to see you same time next week. Obviously, we will do the post-game show on Monday. Guys, see you and bye.